Welcome back to my channel. I'm Lindsay. In today's video, we're gonna do a little mini makeover on our den space, and I'm gonna show you lots of affordable tips and designer tricks for completely transforming a space in just a day using only things I currently own, except for maybe one special purchase. Hi, I'm Lindsay, a former teacher DIY renovating our 71-year-old ranch-style home in Seattle, one project at a time. I make videos about interior design so we can learn and style our homes together. I am so excited! We are finally getting to throw the fire station party at our house. Even though I'm, in the process of renovating pretty much every space in this house, I am so excited to have a house full of people. Now I'm trying to get all of the interior spaces in order for entertaining. Let's take a look at the den space, what it looked like before we moved in. You can see a lot of furniture, a lot of clutter. It just felt kind of cramped in there, honestly, and I don't think this sort of sky blue wall color was doing the space any favors. The sliding glass door lets in a lot of light. There's 3 tiny windows on the far end, and they just look kind of tiny and, I don't know, out of place. There are 3 major things that we've already done to this space since we moved in. The first being replacing the floors. And we went with a lighter luxury vinyl plank, weatherproof, dog-proof, waterproof, flood-proof, going with something that is a little bit more family friendly, and this sort of back area works. The next thing, of course, was a big area rug. It may be a little on the large side, but I think it actually creates an environment in the den, makes it feel like its own section of the house, and brings all the furniture pieces in this space together. Dealing with the slider on one wall and these 3 tiny windows together was definitely a challenge. I want to keep the space as light and bright as possible, but I really wanted to create some sort of visual interest and architectural detail where there isn't one. I would love to replace those 3 tiny windows with a big picture window, but the greatest ever idea solution was hanging drapery around those 2 walls. As for the furniture in this room, we've got a hand-me-down sofa from my family, a chair that's super simple and modern looking, a semi-matching ottoman. It's a little high for an ottoman, it's kind of more of a stool actually. A little plaid cube ottoman, I'm going to be bringing it in, it's part of our holiday decor, and our little dark wood cabinet came from Pottery Barn years ago and holds a lot of our media and stuff under the television. We also have some major plants in this room that we don't plan to move. They really do love the sunshine, and I like the ambience that they add to this tucked away space. Now that you've seen what we're working with, it's time to go over our design plan. I was looking for ideas for a room with a green sofa. I really love this sort of moody taupe, warm tan color on the walls that I found in this inspiration photo. And then I got to thinking, well gosh, if I want a green sofa, why don't I try to make our existing sofa green? So I looked and looked and looked for sofa covers. I found such an interesting idea for one, so we're gonna be trying it out in this video. I'm not ready to paint just yet. I think for now I'm gonna do some organizing of the artwork that is not being used in the house at the moment. I'm gonna pull together some sort of collection that's gonna make it feel different in here, take down that seascape painting. It just feels too spring summer to me. We want something that's a little bit moodier, a little darker. And I think actually I might have the perfect idea of what to hang in that room. One small thing that's really bothered me in our older home is the window frames throughout the house. Previous owners maybe had to stick things onto the window frame, and they use this really bad foamy sticky stuff that never comes off. They left it behind for us to enjoy. It's yellowed over time and it just looks really bad. There's a lot of places where there's excess caulking. It's every single window in this house. I finally figured out the best method for cleaning and removing a lot of this stuff. If you're dealing with this, here's the solution. I like Goo Gone in the spray bottle, and then I spray a little bit of it on a paper towel or directly onto the window frame. And then I just kind of wipe and let it sit there and sort of work its magic, start to break down that sticky stuff. And I also go in with a small flexible putty knife, a metal one. I know I'm trying to be very careful. You don't want to gouge or like dig too hard with it. Or you could go with a glass scraper is another option. I did buy one, but I didn't end up using it, at least on this part. Even just using the Goo Gone as a kind of yuck remover all the way around the window casing. I know it's a small thing, you probably didn't even notice it, but I do every single time I come in and out of that door. A few minutes and the right products definitely made this easier, and now I feel like I can tackle it around the rest of the house, bit by bit, not all at once. It's time to do some old-fashioned cleaning. I always feel like a room that has an exterior door is just gonna have a lot more need to scrub pretty much everything. Cleaning the windows, even washing the walls. We leave this door open a lot throughout the summer and dirt blows in through the screen. It just accumulates in the little door casings and every little nook and cranny. Just taking the time to move every piece of furniture, vacuum under the rug, makes so much difference in this space feeling fresh and inviting. Now it's time to do a little before and after on our sofa. This one seriously needed a makeover. It's been sitting with no cover on it for quite some time. It was originally a slip-covered sofa, but the slip cover has just worse for wear. It's gotten a lot of heavy use with dogs and family, so it really needed an upgrade. Enter the most affordable, comfy, and easiest to use sofa cover I've ever had.
Wow, okay, so it's definitely like microfiber. It's washable, which is great with dogs.
This slipcover is so soft and stretchy and so easy to put on. It has these tabs that tell you the front center, the back center, and where the arms are, and it helps kind of guide you to put it on correctly. The fabric is super forgiving and tuckable and soft and smooth, and honestly, I was a little bit nervous if it was gonna be a dog hair collector. So far, not really too bad. And even if it was, we could easily vacuum it or put it in the washing machine. At such an affordable price point, it's kind of a no-brainer. I wish I had just ordered something like this a lot sooner. Plus, it's really fun to try out a new color. I've never had a green sofa, and it's a great affordable way to try out if you've never and you're not sure if that's what you want long term. So far, I think I'm definitely into the green sofa thing.
I'm so happy with how it turned out.
Now that we've made over our sofa, it's time to talk furniture arrangement. It's a little bit of an awkward space because we have the glass doors on one side, and I'd rather have the sofa facing the backyard and that view versus having your back to the exterior door. That just doesn't feel right. The sofa's too wide and the room is too narrow to float the sofa the opposite direction with it back to the kitchen. Plus, that would make the room really feel uninviting. Keeping the sofa on that main side wall, it just makes the most sense.
I think the sofa has to be centered on this back wall.
That means that the little TV cabinet that perfectly fits between the wall and the sliding glass door, perfect spot, faces the sofa, easy to see. I think it's a no-brainer. I do want to change up the art though. We're going to get to that later. I've tried out the accent chair in multiple spots over by the window. Feels good, but it also closes you off from the door. It makes the room feel a little bit more closed. It's great conversationally, but it's not great for group TV viewing. And this room, being a den and TV room, is primarily used for like TV watching, gaming, that kind of stuff. All in all, I'm not making that much change to the floor plan, but it's always good to try things out, drawing things, pushing the furniture around, and just confirm it. Plus, it gives you a great excuse to vacuum under everything, which is always my favorite. Between the kitchen and the den is our little utility hallway. That includes our laundry closet that has no doors. A lot of just house-related stuff like water heater and stuff is behind the doors. And then we also have a pantry space that also doesn't have any doors. I'm working my way through the house with the doors and moldings, door casings, baseboard upgrades, and we just haven't gotten to this space yet, but I have so many plans and ideas, and I can't wait to just like put my woodworking skills to the test and see if we can create something beautiful out of a lot of challenges. So you're gonna have to kind of ignore that for the time being and just know that we will get to it and it will be awesome.
I think I'm just gonna play around with the art and the lighting so we can turn off the big light and enjoy some more ambiance in here.
Once the furniture is set, I move right into placing lighting because I hate to use the big light. I'm switching out this table lamp with a couple of different options, and honestly, I think I finally found a lamp base and shade combo that works.
I had this one, so simple, white. This harp I actually got at Goodwill. I think I got this shade at Goodwill too. I like the texture. It's cute kind of maybe.
But you'll have to let me know what you think down in the comments. I'm really still wondering about this one. I still love this Spanish-inspired floor lamp. It's iron-based, got this sort of yellowy paper shade that gives this glowy light to the room, which just sort of feels mysterious and moody and appropriate for our den space.
Let there be... Oh, we probably need to plug it in. I have to get an extension cord. It's a bit short. Ooh. Oh, I like it. Look at that. It's so much better.
Turn off that big light. I'm so excited. My favorite part, hanging the artwork. I've been trying to gather different pieces that I'm not currently using and give them a new life in this room, starting with a really big, beautiful landscape painting that makes me so excited. So this one is actually a family heirloom of sorts. It's always fun to have things like that in my home to greet my family when they come. It really looks great in here. I love how the different green tones work with the new sofa cover, and they add a little bit more brightness. I'm just really excited about the direction this is going. Now I'm gonna layer in some more on either side. Although I love this piece, it's a little tall and narrow for this space, and it doesn't really fill the wall as much as we'd like. I'm gonna try to find two that I can put on either side. That's gonna create that symmetry that I love. I think this is gonna work, but the joy of a gallery wall is you can always change things out, especially if you find something awesome in a thrift shop or vintage mall. I hung Travis's fire class photo above the TV. It's black and white, framed in black, white matting, so classic, and I love how it fills the space and makes that wall just a little bit more grand and interesting. Plus, all the firefighters are gonna love to see it on the wall when they come for the party. Couple quick hanging tips. When you're hanging art above the sofa, you generally want to hang it between 4 to 10 inches above the sofa. I generally go on the lower end of that, as you can tell from me hanging this picture. I really like it to feel connected to the sofa to some degree, but everything's negotiable when it comes to your specific space.
And when you're doing a gallery wall, you generally want to hang the pieces 1 to max 3 inches apart. I like 2 inches generally around that, but I like to play around with it a bit too.
When you're hanging art on the walls in a sitting area like this, you want to hang things a little lower so that they are at a good eye level for sitting viewing. If you're hanging anything, but especially a gallery wall, I highly suggest you get some self-adhesive rubber bumpers. I usually find these in the cabinet aisle of the hardware store. Usually people put them on the inside corners of their cabinet doors so that the door doesn't make a sound when it closes. You can use these on the bottom corners of a piece of artwork. This will not only protect your walls, it will also make sure that the picture stays in place, especially important when you've got a gallery wall and you're maintaining all these things being level and properly spaced. You don't want to just walk past the gallery wall and accidentally blow up a little breeze that makes everything move on the wall. Rubber bumpers solve all that. After some finishing touches, a little bit of styling, I think we are finally ready to take a look at this finished product. I can't believe the huge impact that we made with such small changes in just one day. Let's take a look at the before and after in 3, 2, 1. Excited with how this one turned out. The sofa cover is doing so much of the work in this little mini makeover, but it's really helping me to envision this space with a new color palette. Changing out the artwork is so inspiring. My family loved the results when I sent them the picture. It's given that whole room new life. Don't go yet. Check out our last episode of the bathroom makeover. I'm so excited with the woodwork. I have been hard at work on the next episode. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. I'm ready to get back to the bathroom makeover. We have got to finish this thing, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy decorating.